Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Daddy Cliff here. Today let's make a brief stop in Germany, where you have a master's degree program for public policy and governance, and this is a scholarship that is sponsored by Helmut-Schmidt. It's the Helmut-Schmidt-Programme. It is part of the DAAD scholarship program. Yeah, they have a program in public policy and governance. So I know most people usually complain that my channel has mostly science programs, but it is the truth that science programs have a lot of scholarships around the world because there is a lot of research going on to solve societal programs, and it is mostly scientists who are involved in solving societal programs. But this is a scholarship that is equally good for my arts brothers. What I usually tell people is that it is important for you to know the objective of any scholarship before you apply. So it will be important for you to read the objective of this scholarship because it will help you in drafting your statement of purpose in such a way that it will show that you understand the objective of the scholarship, because they want people who fit in with their scholarship objective. Most scholarships are there to solve particular problems in our society, so you should read the objective and try to understand it. That being said, let's get into the announcement of this scholarship by looking at the programs that are under this Helmut-Schmidt program. They are 7 in number. So the first one is on social protection, and this is at the University of Hochschule-Bonn-Rhein-Sieg. That name is not easy to pronounce. So the teaching language is going to be in English, and the duration will be for 4 semesters. It is a blended learning concept, so you can read the details, and then there is a possibility for you to even contact them by using this email. And then the second one is at the University of Duisburg in Essen. I remember visiting this place when I once visited Germany some years back. They have a program on development and governance. And then the third one is public policy. It's Willy Brandt School of Public Policy at the University of Erfurt. You can apply online. And then number 4 is peace and conflict studies at University of Magdeburg. And then number 5, management in non-profit organization, University of Hochschule-Innsbruck. There is development studies at University of Passau. And then lastly, number 7, governance and public policy at also University of Passau. The good thing about most of these scholarship is that you have a contact point, which are the emails, in case you're having any problem. And they have language of instruction, predominantly English, apart from governance and public policy, where it is both in German and in English. And all of them are in a duration of 4 semesters, which is, I think, 2 years. But this one is 2 semesters. That being said, let's look at the application period, because it is important for us to know the timeline. So it says application deadline. The application period for all 7 higher education is from the 1st of June until the 31st of July, which is 2 months beginning from today, May the 18th of 2023, which means you still have about 2 weeks to begin with the application. You still have enough time to get your documents ready to apply for this scholarship. So please take the opportunity and apply. Again, this is the deadline. Take note of the deadline so that you would start your preparation now. Okay, let's look at the documents that you would have to submit for this scholarship. There is a checklist. A checklist is just something that you would just have to check the documents that you've provided to make sure that you prepare all the necessary documents that will be needed for the application. So there is a DAAD application form, and then you will need a single letter of motivation. Like I said, you always have to provide a letter of motivation or a statement of purpose indicating why you think you want to apply, why you think you are the best fit for this scholarship, why they should select you other than other candidates who will be applying for this scholarship, which means you have to make sure your application stands out. They say you have to explain in detail your choices for the master course, indicating why your first choice of master course is your first choice, why your second choice is your second choice, and you have to make sure you follow the rules. You have to provide a second letter of motivation for your second course, which means you have the opportunity to apply for at least 2 programs. Then the next one is a curriculum vitae. You can use the Euro Pass. I have another scholarship video on this DAAD scholarship. You might want to click the link up there on your top right hand corner of the screen to watch that video. That scholarship is usually updated every year, so the link there will take you to more opportunities that are available for that scholarship to study in Germany. Then you would have to provide your degree certificates. If it's not either in German or English, then know that you would have to translate, and then you would have to equally provide your transcript of records. It should equally be either in English or in German. And then if you have any professional experience, they say confirmation of relevant professional experience or internship, or proof of relevant political activities or service to your community, such as volunteering or work of charity, NGO. So it is important that you have some proof, documents that you've worked in an international organization, or maybe you are involved in some form of political activities. So if you have a work experience in any NGO, it will help in your application. If you're working for any political organization, it will help. Make sure you provide those documents so that you would have this opportunity. And then you equally have to provide proof of English language skill, and then a current written reference. So if you're working, get a reference from your current employer. It has to be original, not scanned. There are other selection criteria that you must make sure that you respect. For example, your degree is not supposed to be more than 6 years old, so you have to take note of the date. It should not be issued before January 1st, 2017. So let's say if your degree was issued on December 31st, 2016, then you are not eligible for this scholarship. If your degree was issued from the 2nd of January 2017 going upward until 2023, you are eligible for application for this scholarship. And then another important criteria that you must fulfill is that you must not have spent more than 15 months in a country that is not in the dark list of countries, which means eligible candidates must come from the dark list of countries. And then, for example, there are other things like your academic, professional and personal motivation, and then political experience. Those ones are also important in the selection criteria. You would have to read this document to make sure you fulfill all of the requirements. Now let's look at the benefits of this scholarship. You will receive a monthly stipend which is equal to 934 euro per month. You would have a health insurance that will cover you while in Germany. Then you would receive travel allowance. Then you would equally receive study and research grants, and then you would equally receive subsidies for rent and family supplements in case you decide to travel with your family, which means you have the opportunity to equally travel with your family in cases that are applicable. And then lastly, you would have the opportunity to study German language for at least 6 months. This will be some sort of a mandatory class that you would have to take. As far as this document is concerned, I'll provide a link down in the description for you to read it well. It is important for you to read it well and then follow the instructions on how to go about applying. Make sure you fulfill all of the conditions for this scholarship. This is an easy scholarship to have, but the problem is that sometimes people rush over scholarship application. Scholarship applications are not things that you rush over when applying. You have to take your time and make sure you follow the application guidelines and fulfill every application requirement. Now let's go back to the main page. This is where you can get the checklist. This is the application form. If you want to know the list of countries that are eligible for this scholarship, you can click this link. Like I said, the countries that are eligible for this scholarship are those that are in the list of DAC member countries. So beginning from Western, Central, South, Eastern Europe, right down to Latin American countries. You have African countries here. Of course, there is Cameroon and there is equally Nigeria. So make sure your country is on this list of eligible countries before applying. If you apply when you're not on this list, then you are not qualified. You will be disqualified for this scholarship. This is the application checklist. All you need to do is just check the mandatory sections. You can print it out and then use your pen to check, and then scan and then use it for your application. Make sure you read every information that is on this application checklist. And for the application form, this is the application form. It is always the same, that application form. It's not different from the other application forms in the other videos that I talked about. It is in English and then in German language, so you will not have any problem filling out this application form. But if you feel like you want me to do a tutorial on how to go about filling out this application form, leave a comment down in the comment section and then I will respond accordingly. That being said, let's end the video here, and I wish you good luck in your application. In case you feel like you're having any difficulties with the application, make sure you contact me using the Linktree link, which is down in the description of this video. You can get to me either through Facebook or Instagram, and do not forget also to follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.